Good morning and welcome to, where are we, Vanuatu this morning. Just having a few technical issues, but I think, there we go, I think we're under control. Wow, been up for an hour trying to get this sorted and had audio issues, all sorts of things with OBS Studio, but I think we are all good now. Music has gone. Yes. Okay. Well, so we are in Vanuatu, and we are heading up to Nouméa this morning on a Pacific run. We are flying Philippine Airlines because this is the closest airline that I have that would fly in the Pacific. I didn't want to do any more Australian Airlines or New Zealand Airlines because I feel like I've done a lot of those on the stream, and there are more coming, of course, because it's my home region, so why not? Sorry, just refreshing. Okay, right, we are all good to go. Shorts are a little bit high this morning. Okay, wow. Alrighty, so let's have a quick look at some weather before we do anything. So in Vanuatu this morning, we've got 2 knot variable wind. No idea what direction it's coming from, but we are taking off from runway 11. There's no taxiways beside the runway, so we will do some backtracking down to the end of the runway. Then if we go to Nouméa, we are flying to the secondary airport in Nouméa, we're not flying to the main. The wind is pretty much crosswind no matter which way we come, so I've decided to come in on runway 30. That was 63 minutes ago, there's no update there, but 3 knot wind across the runway, so it should be fine. It is quite a short runway in Nouméa as well. It's barely long enough for the A321, but have successfully landed there several times, so we will we'll be fine. Cloud down to 4,000, broken cloud down to 4,000 fewer, 1,800. Now there was an error in the title of the stream, and I apologise for that. I had Airbus A310N, not flying the A310, so apologies if you saw that earlier on and you thought that. It was genuinely meant to be the A321neo that we are flying, which is what we were spawned in on. Anyway, into the cockpit. We are pretty much all set up, ready to go. We are cleared to 13,000, I think. We're not cleared at all. Wow, have not requested to 7,000. Where did I get 13,000 from? We are cleared to 7,000 feet. Cruise altitude 360 today. So let's get some things on and get this bird in the air. Flight time today is about 55 minutes to an hour, so not a very long flight at all, which is fine. Alrighty, let's get some things all turned on. Oops, don't want the strobes on, I just want them on auto. And let's see if the APU starts on first hit. No, it does not. 3 times? Yay! Far out. So still having major issues with Microsoft Flight Simulator with crash to desktop. Still, the answer from Microsoft is to uninstall everything and reinstall it, which I have already done, made no difference whatsoever. And the Turtle Beach is still acting up again. I did say in the last stream it was fixed. The issues have come up again, so just forever plagued with hardware and software issues in this game, which is frustrating, but I shall persevere and push on. Hopefully Sim Update 12 removes most of those problems, as Sim Update 10 did for 9. It seems to be every odd number of Sim Update they do, they mess it up. And then Microsoft take absolutely no responsibility for it. They have told me in writing that they are not responsible for the add-ons that I've purchased from their in-game store that comes with receipts with Microsoft's logo and name all over it, so I don't know what the friggin' heck they're playing at. I don't know what laws they have in the US, but I know in Australia, if a product does not meet its advertised functions, then the consumer has all rights for a full refund on those products. But I haven't pushed for that yet because I don't want to have to repurchase all the add-ins that I have purchased. I will just wait to see if they've updated it. But they're not taking responsibility. They're saying it's my fault somehow. somehow I changed the code. That's not what they said, but they might as well say crap like that. Anyway, APU should be up and running. It is. APU bleed on, seatbelts can come on, external power can go off, and we will disconnect from the jetway as well, so get rid of that. I have noticed these haven't been disconnecting themselves and springing back, which is quite nice. Get pushback underway as well, and we better turn on the engine start and also get the parking brake off. So we are going to push back tail to the left, and we'll try and line her up on this taxi line here, and then it's pretty much taxi straight out, backtrack down to 11 and get her in the air. So it's not a bespoke airport here in Vanuatu. It looks nothing like the real thing, but even if I did purchase, even if there was a Vanuatu airport available for me to purchase, I would not be able to use it because we would CTD as soon as we spawn in. So quite a long pushback. Start engines fairly soon. Okay, so we'll get engine number 2 started up. Oh, I might have made that turn just a little bit too late. We'll see. Oh, actually, maybe that's all right. Now, there has been an update to this. This is the Latin VFR A321. There's been an update to the sound, and the Philippine Airlines 21 flies with the Pratt & Whitney engines in the game. Not sure if they fly with Pratt & Whitney in real life. I assume they do. And the sound is... oh, look at that. That's pretty damn good. Little off kilter, but got to be happy with that. Anyway, oh, why are we not starting up? Because I have not turned on fuel pumps, because I'm a moron. Wow. Okay, now we've got engine starting. Jesus. What was I saying? Yeah, the sound profile for the Pratt & Whitney A321 in the game doesn't seem to be as good as the Leap version. It almost sounds like the Asobo sound profile for the default A320, which is just a little bit disappointing. I haven't even turned on console lights, but there's engine number 2's fired up, so we'll get engine number 1. Oh, I better turn on AI ATC. And we can put the flaps to 1, arm the speed brake. Oh, those over dash spotlights don't seem to work at the moment. Okay, we should have our taxi clearance already. Yeah, taxi holding short. Runway 11 using taxiway. Awesome. Pretty much straight ahead, and then we'll get our takeoff clearance once we get to the to that hold point, and then it's backtrack all the way down to runway 11. Right, so we can turn the APU off. I won't worry about taxi lights today. We don't really need them. Election into normal. Parking brake is, I didn't turn the parking brake on. And we are good to taxi out. Come on, move your fat ass. There we go. Pretty desolate looking airport, really. I mean, it was generated with AI, so it's to be expected. I'll just hold short here, because that's what it is telling me to do. Clear for 2974, excellent. The barometer is still accurate to what it was 42 minutes ago. So if you ever watch these live or on the replay, and you are a flight sim enthusiast, you can spawn in and fly along. I am on the East USA MSFS server, and I have got live and AI traffic turned off now. I was flying with it on before, but it just made the game way too messy with unpredictable live traffic. So it's just gamer traffic now, and yeah, if you spawn in on the East USA server, you will be able to see me and everyone else who has spawned in. When I say everyone else, it's just me. But the idea is to have other people fly along. Would make it a little bit more fun. But if you're happy just watching me fly standard Xbox ops, then by all means. Oh, that reminds me too. Thank you for the new subscribers. Seem to be getting a couple every week, which is great. But this is a very small channel. I've only been doing this for a couple of months, and definitely appreciate the support and the feedback in the comments. I welcome negative and positive comments. Everyone will get a reply. Negative comments will get a question, as always. But that's to be expected on any social networking platform, I guess. Going to try and get to this long runway as fast as I can. An aircraft up to the size of a 747-400, I think, or I suppose 747-8, I guess, can land at this airport. I forget the runway length. It's over 3,000 meters, of course. Don't know about the A380, just in the sense that the terminal probably couldn't handle it. But that's the thing with most of these Pacific Island airports, is they can handle very large aircraft. Alrighty, we probably should slow down a little bit. And we will do our turn here. Weird taxi light spike right in the middle of the taxiway. Probably drop the engines a little bit too much there. I wish they'd fix these frickin' weird taxi lights. I don't think they're meant to be on poles that are about a foot tall. It's weird. Did I just line that up almost perfectly? Oh, not quite. Close enough. Okay, so go into takeoff view. We do need landing lights on, and we need auto brake set to max. Just going to have a quick check of the lights. Oh, that should have come on. We are all good. Alrighty, so nose in just a little bit and up to 50%. And we're just doing a flex takeoff today, no toga required. Awesome, that is stable up to flex. Where are you? There it is. $100 checked. V1 and we'll rotate. Excellent, positive gear is coming up. We'll just climb at 5,000 feet because we have got a few hills in front of us. We'll lose that flap. We'll go into autopilot and it's going to take us to the right almost immediately. Perfect. Okay, we can disarm the spoilers. Excellent. That was a brilliant takeoff. Didn't check ATC, just in case the QNH has changed. Range the same, 2974, so climbing to 7,000. Up to 210, excellent. And we're pretty much going to, well not pretty much, we definitely are going to go, oh, can I see it from here? Go the other side of the flight deck. Can we see the airport? Oh yeah, there it is right there. So we're pretty much going to go over the point we took off from. And then it's more or less a straight shot up to Nouméa. Oh, above 10,000 we can lose the landing lights. Absolutely stunning island. I have not been to Vanuatu. It's on the bucket list. Maybe one day I'll do an actual Pacific tour. But definitely want to head up to, well, this is New Caledonia. And definitely want to head there one day. There are direct flights from where I live. And interestingly too, the airline, oh actually no, I'm thinking of another airline. There's another airline called It's either Nauru airline or our airline. I think they fly to Vanuatu, and they use, I think they've got at least one ex Air New Zealand 737-300 NG in their fleet. So it'll be fun to cruise on an old bird again. Okay, passing 180, so we'll get the QNH to standard. And once we leave these islands, it's pretty much just ocean all the way up to Nouméa. Oh, approaching 210, so up to, oh, I missed it. It's probably 360, 310, okay, cool. Cruising altitude is 360 for today's flight. We can see land in front of us. Is that land? Oh, it's an atoll. Oh, yeah. Not sure what that is. Doesn't tell me. Just be islands of New Caledonia, no doubt. We'll scoot up and then come into Nouméa up here. There's an RNAV approach today as well. There's no ILS, of course, into these smaller ports. I didn't even expect RNAV, to be honest. Cool, passing flight level 260, so we have hit max speed 0.78, and our climb has just jumped up, wow, 3,500 feet per minute. The Pratt & Whitney version of this aircraft is a really good climber. The LEAP version, not so much. I don't know if that's mirroring real world performance, but just something I have noticed, that the Pratt & Whitney gets its ass up into the air a lot quicker than the LEAP does. Definitely doesn't struggle to climb, but the LEAP sounds better. Okay, approaching 310. Should be up to 360 by now. And it is climb maintain 360, so it's cruise altitude. So we will leave the ATC off until we do get a little bit closer to Nouméa. Actually, we can turn the seatbelt signs off now too. Sweet, just another 1,000 feet and we're at cruise. This is definitely Pacific paradise. The island of Vanuatu is massive. It's much bigger than I expected. So we're almost 360 nautical miles until we do begin, actually we'll be well into our approach. It is just a quick flight today of 55 minutes to an hour. Not much wind up here, 272 at 39 or 39. That's pretty standard for this altitude. Not like in Australia where it can get up to 100 knots. Excellent. Let's hope the landing is as good as the departure, because the departure was pretty nice. Awesome. Anyway, it is that time. Let's have a look at an ETA. 23:05. It is currently 20 what? It says we've got another hour and a half. Okay, that's not accurate. What is going on here? Oh, okay, I see. There's the problem. So it thinks it's going to take us an hour and a half to get to Aragi. Okay, after Aragi we'll check our ETA. That is not accurate whatsoever. It's probably going to be 22:15, I would say, not 23:05. That's weird. Anyway, let's have a look at upcoming stream while we're at cruise. So the next one is we are going to Gibraltar. Now this airport scares the shit out of me. There's no RNAV, there's no ILS, it's all approached by sight, so visual flight rules, VFR. And the weather at this time of year can be quite dicey. I've tried to land in less than a quarter mile visibility and failed miserably. Ended up upside down in the bay, so that was fun. But have had quite a few practice runs because there is no approach path in the game. I don't know how that works in real life if they create their own, but that's what I do. I chuck in some extra waypoints to give myself an actual approach and land. Did a practice run as last night actually, and it was very, very nice touchdown. Very proud of myself of that. But that is coming up next Thursday. Well, Thursday night my time, but that'll be this will be posted to the channel after the stream. So check the schedule if you want to check out that one. It's just an hour and 10-minute long flight from Bilbao in Spain, the north of Spain, down to the UK territory of Gibraltar. And it's a bespoke airport at Gibraltar as well, so it looks a little bit more realistic, and it doesn't crash the desktop there. Yay! So that will be quite a fun flight. It sort of does test my skills quite a bit. Then we take a break because of Christmas, and the following Thursday we are doing Hong Kong from Kai Tak up to the island of Okinawa in a Cathay Pacific A321 Neo. I think that one's with a LEAP engine, so it sounds a lot nicer than the Pratt & Whitney which we're flying today. And that'll be the following Thursday, and that is the last stream for December. But check out the schedule. I'll be putting both of these onto the schedule once this flight is over. So next Sunday's stream is not going ahead due to the Christmas holiday. And so that is up and coming. The A310 is also coming in February, so I'll be streaming that in February. Still working out a few kinks and issues with the flight model. There's a few weird workarounds that I've had to sort of do. and I think with the updates coming in January, it should be all sorted by then as well. So we'll definitely be flying the A310, and with that one I'll be doing a full program of the FMS before flight, as opposed to what I do in these aircraft where the flight planning comes from the in-game flight planning with these aircraft, because it's easier than trying to input an entire plan from SimBrief. And so I'll be doing that on stream, and flying the plane. In fact, after this flight today, I'm going to be doing some practicing in the A310. It just takes so long to set it up, but it is a joy to fly. And hopefully with WASM coming with Sim Update 12, we will be able to have things like the PMDG 737. I definitely want to get that on stream. I don't trust that that won't crash the desktop initially. I feel like there are a few memory bugs that Asobo and Microsoft need to sort the hell out. It seems that they get it right and then they do some patch updates and mess it up again, and then deny that they are doing that. I have already asked them, why would you release this game onto console if it wasn't going to work on console? Because there's no going back now. I've purchased the equipment. I have decided I'm not going to go to PC anytime soon. I want to stick with console because I have been enjoying the improvements and additions that they have been making. It's just the performance is really crap, and I will continue to call out Microsoft on it on live streams, because my channel is so massive, it's going to make such an impact. I'm being completely sarcastic. Anyway, so that is coming up in the new year, and also contemplating getting the Captain Sim 777-300ER, regardless of the reviews. I think it's got a 3.1 star rating in the in-sim marketplace, which is not bad, but I'm thinking about that as well. Anyway, I'm going to take a 5-minute break while we're at cruise, and come back, and we should be fairly, well, not fairly close, but be much closer to descent, and we'll get this bird on the ground in Nouméa. So I'll be back soon. Wow, there was no point at all in having that music playing, was there? I realised that music was not audible at all when we're in outside view. We're 240 nautical miles away, so we'll begin descent fairly soon. Oh, we'll see if the ETA is updated. Here we go, 22:15. I was pretty much correct. So it's another 35 minutes until we're on the ground in Nouméa. Pacific looks so vast. I mean, it is vast, and we are barely covering any of it in this flight today. I would love to do something like a stream from either Australia or New Zealand to, say, Fiji, but it's well over 3-hour flight. Or from Australia it is anyway. I think close to 4 from Brisbane. So that won't be happening. Oh, the stream got another like. Thank you for whoever that was. There are meant to be alerts coming up when people like or subscribe to the channel, but the alerts aren't working and I can't figure out why. Which is a little bit annoying. Also, I was just looking at Philippine Airlines fleet matrix just before, and I noticed that they have ditched all the A320s. I was looking on Wikipedia though, so I'm going to jump onto planespotters.net and just confirm that. But apparently they're replacing their A320 fleet with A321neos. I did know that they fly their, far out, I can't spell Philippine. I did note that they do fly the A321neo for real, which was one of the reasons why I chose them for today's flight. That and I've never flown them. This is actually, apart from the practice runs, is the first time I've flown Philippine in the sim. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so according to planespotters.net, they've got 13 A320s, so Wikipedia is either Planespotters is out of date or Wikipedia is. This was last updated on the 17th of December, so okay, we're going to say Wikipedia is wrong. But they have got, where are we? Oh yeah, so they've got 8 A321neos and no future orders. Interesting. So a fleet of 73 comprising of 11-8, oh, it doesn't say what sort. Okay, 11-8 400s, they've got 9 777-300 ERs, 2 A350 900s, 9 A330-300s, 8 A321neos, 21 A321-200s, and 13 A320-200s as well. So, in almost all Airbus fleet aside, oh no, not even close, because I've got the 777s and the -8s. Actually, similar fleet to Air New Zealand, apart from the A350s. Oh, that actually reminds me, I got a comment from someone telling me that so I did a flight using Virgin Australia and an A320neo from Brisbane to Hamilton Island, and someone put a comment up saying that they do fly the A320-200 or the CEO variety in their in their Virgin Australia regional fleet over in Western Australia, which I did actually mention in stream, and I told them that. I said, yeah, that we did mention that in stream. But interestingly, from what I can see, information that I'm seeing, Virgin Australia regional will be replacing or rotating out their Airbus fleet and replacing with second-hand 737-700NGs, which is no surprises that they are making that move because they obviously want to streamline their fleet for commonality. It makes perfect sense. Qantas are doing the same. They are replacing their narrow bodies, which are currently 737s, with aircraft from the A320 family, starting with the A321 XLR once that gets certified. I hope you guys did see on Flight Radar the, actually I might bring it up, the pattern that the Airbus test pilots did. I took a screenshot of it. So this is it here. So during their testing of the XLR, they wrote XLR, which is very impressive. I can just imagine the flight planning that would have gone behind that. But that was really, really cool. It was just by chance that I happened to see it. I got a notification from Flight Radar saying check out the flight, and I did, and then I zoomed out and went, holy crap, that is awesome. So that is pretty cool. Love seeing stuff like that. Qantas did something similar when they flew their last 747 up to, did that go to Nevada via LAX, and they did a, actually if I got a photo of that, let's have a look. Did I take a screenshot? They drew the flying kangaroo. Do I have that? No, I've got screenshots of an A380 for some reason. Oh, maybe I don't have it. Oh, I thought I had a screenshot of it. Oh no. What's that? Oh, for some reason Air New Zealand did this. When was that on? On the 15th of May last year. So that's kind of cool. That is, they drew a Kiwi with a 787-9. When was the Qantas one? I don't think I have it. Oh, there's another one. Aegean Airlines riding 200 for some reason. I forget why. Is it their 200th aircraft or their... Well, it's not an A320neo. Interesting. Okay, I don't have a screenshot of it. That's a shame. I thought I did. No, I don't. Oh well. Nothing but blue. Bit of cloud over there. Check VFR. Bet there's no one around. There's no one. No, we are all alone out here in the Pacific. But we are coming up to the islands of Nouméa, not too far away. Now, I have mentioned the previous 2 or maybe even 3 streams that I am going to do a setup video on what I fly with, hardware and also additional software and devices. That is coming. I have another week left off my real job coming up, and then I am on a break for the holidays, and I will have plenty of time to be doing such filming and video creation. So that is going to come over the December-January break. So watch out for that on the channel. It's pretty much just the hardware I used to set. It's a pretty basic setup that I have, but I have had someone request that because they are looking at getting some additional hardware for their own Xbox. So I will definitely do that, and what I've sort of integrated into this as well. It won't be a long video, maybe 10-15 minutes at most, and might even do a quick how to set up the A320 on Xbox as well. There's plenty of those videos around though, so I'll put links to other people's videos in the description of that video, just to help people along. You can also find all the hardware and software that I do use, or software as an additional apps, in the description of every single one of the live stream videos or landing compilation videos. I sort of put that all in there, just so you can see what we're using. Excellent. So we are 160 nautical miles away-ish from Nouméa. So we'll start descent in around another 40 nautical miles. So you just want to see what the flight plan actually, oh yeah, it's just pretty much straight and turn to the left. Awesome. I was doing the flight planning for this one. I could not select a star. It was direct only, which is annoying. Sometimes when you select direct, you don't get your ATC telling you what to do, and you sort of have to make it up, which is fine. It's easy enough in the A320 series aircraft. But yeah, it's just a bit weird. It's a bit weird that some airports don't have the star. Sorry, I've just run over my headphone cable with my chair wheel. Oh, there we go. Probably should put that cable around somewhere else. Oh shit, just about pressed a button on the keyboard. Don't want to do that. Oh, that's better. And I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like the Turtle Beach has not activated anything it shouldn't have. Our lights are all still normal. Spoilers haven't armed, the parking brake hasn't come on. We'll see what happens on approach. So the fix for the Turtle Beach, this came from Turtle Beach themselves, was to revert the firmware back to the previous version and then update it again to the current version. And it did, it worked for one flight, and then since then the issues of the quadrant buttons activating themselves seems to have come back. But it's not reducing throttle, which is what it did in an earlier firmware version, thank God. I'm just going to check ATC because sometimes it tells us to descend early. No, still nothing. Should still be. Yeah, climb maintain 360. Awesome. So calm up here today. Got 262 for 14, barely a breath of wind, so we'll not count 14 knots as anything really. The weather coming into Nouméa has not updated for the last 55 minutes, but I'll show it to you anyway. So it was still saying, obviously, that it is 5 knots. Oh, actually, it has updated because it was 3 knots before, but it's 5 knot crosswind. It's slightly, it's not quite a right angle to runway 30, so we are coming in probably the wrong side of the runway. I mean, at 5 knots and almost 90 degrees to the runway. It doesn't really matter. Broken glare down to 4,000, scattered at 1,800, and it's 26 degrees centigrade today, so it was fairly warm. The time there is, what time is it where I am? 6, so it is just about 9 o'clock in the morning in Nouméa, so I imagine it will be getting a lot hotter as the day goes on. It is summer down in this part of the world, and so we'll see if we can make a centre line. If you've watched previous streams, either live or replay, you'll know that not the greatest at a centre line landing. I have achieved it a couple of times on stream now though, so I have definitely improved. But we'll try for that today. It comes down to 2 factors as well. Oh, actually, I better check. Are we descending yet? Descend and maintain 270. Okay, we can do that. I have noticed our speed has dropped down to 242 knots. We'll do that at 2,000 feet per minute to start with. I found that is the best descent rate to begin with. It's probably telling us to expedite as well. Yep, please expedite. Yeah, whatever. We've got plenty of time. Anyway, yeah, so my off to the side landings for 2 reasons. Number 1, lack of skill. I'll admit that straight up. Number 2 is because the I don't have rudder pedals. I'm using the triggers on the yoke itself that come as, I mean, the triggers are defaulted to rudders on the Turtle Beach because when this was released they didn't have rudder pedals. They do now, but they are really expensive. They cost more than what I paid for the yoke and quadrant, I think, or about the same. And I just don't want to shell out that money for them just yet. So I have too many other expenses in my life to be buying such frivolous toys. But I imagine once I do get the rudder pedals, it'll make things a little more realistic with the rudder control and also dynamic braking, because the braking on this is just the not the trigger buttons, but just buttons above the triggers, and they're not gradual at all. It's you click them and it brakes on, so the aircraft nosedives on the tarmac to stop. So you sort of have to. You'll probably hear when I'm taxiing, you'll hear click, 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 click. That's me sort of tapping the brakes to try and simulate smooth braking. Anyway, so we want to be below 260 at 80 nautical miles away, and that's how we all know that we're on track for to meet glide slope on landing. I just realised something. I think I've been saying the wrong airport this whole stream. I have. We've far out. We've gone from Nouméa to Vanuatu, not from Vanuatu to Nouméa. Holy crap, that's embarrassing. Wow. I don't even know where we are. Okay, weather has updated and I'm a little unhappy with it, so I'm just going to bring it up. So we now have a tailwind on landing, which is interesting. We have light showers / rain. Clouds broken at 1800 feet and few at 1500, so that's a little bit different as well. But it is going to make for quite an interesting landing. And because the runway is quite short already and we're going to have a tailwind, so that's not ideal at all. I could adjust the, well actually no I can't. I could try and change the flight path, but it's not easy to do in these, it's not study level aircraft whatsoever, so it doesn't quite work, I don't think. Maybe that's just another YouTube video I have to watch. But I will persevere. Oh, I still can't believe I got those airports around the wrong way. That's just embarrassing. Oh, we're coming down to 270. Have we got further instruction yet? We just did. 190. So I'll keep going down at 2,000 feet per minute until we have cleared 80 miles and we'll reassess and maybe change our descent rate following that. So using the RNAV approach, we want to be, oh I can't really see it, but we want to be, oh you sort of can, we want to be 1,700 feet, 5 miles before touchdown to meet glide slope. That's pretty standard, it's usually anywhere between 1,500 and 1,900 feet. So we want to be flight level 200 at 60 miles away. We're definitely going to meet that. We're going to be a little bit lower than we need to be, which is fine. The runway elevation is 184 feet. So take into account that there's 200 foot difference between sea level and airport elevation, which is also fine. Basically gives us 200 feet to play with on our descent. Not a lot, but it makes a difference. She's speaking of airport elevation. So the flight that I've decided to do in the A310 in February will be between Denver and Las Vegas. So Denver is just a little over 5,000 feet in elevation. Las Vegas is around 2,000, 2,500, I think. So it's when you take off from Denver, you're at 10,000 feet before you know it, which is very, very cool. But it's a high altitude airport, so takeoffs can be a little bit bumpy. And then coming into Vegas, every single time I come into Vegas, I I don't forget that the elevation, but I always think, geez, I'm higher than I need to be, and then realise, oh shit, there's the ground there, and yeah, it's interesting. And the Denver airport in the game is meant to be a bespoke, handcrafted so-called airport, and it's not really. They've got some floodlights up, that's about it. Otherwise it kind of looks like crap. Alrighty, coming down to 20,000 feet, so we will get the seatbelt sign on. We'll check QNH. QNH is still 2974. So we'll adjust that once we're down to about 18,000-ish. It's probably going to tell us to, yeah, I knew it would. It's going to take us right down to 2500 feet, which we can do. Oops. Didn't mean to do that at, didn't mean to drop the plane like that. 2500, there we go. So we're going to change that to 1800 feet per minute. We are going to punch in the QNH, 2974. Just going to zoom in for the rest of the departure. Departure, what the hell? Zoom in for the rest of the arrival, I should say. So that is the island of Vanuatu, not Nouméa. Clearly I spent the time planning this flight, knowing exactly where I'm going to and from, not. Can we see the airport from here? Shit. Actually, no, we shouldn't be able to. It should be beyond this island, I think. Yeah, it is. Awesome. Descent rate is on track. So we want to be 13,000 at 40 miles away. And it looks like we are going to meet that nicely. So I'm going to put speed control into manual because I don't like when it slows down the aircraft. I'll do that manually. So once we're at 10,000, I will slow down the descent rate. Don't want to be doing 1,800 feet per minute down at that altitude. Just want to sort of slow it down a little bit, which looks like we will be able to. Just check the weather, still on update, there's still 5 knots, more or less tailwind as we come in on runway 30. That's pretty much 10,000 feet, so let's get some landing lights on. It annoys me that the takeoff light doesn't come on as well. It does in the other 321s that I've got. And let's get that descent rate up to 1,500 feet per minute. And actually we'll drop our speed down to 220 as well while we're here. I want to get that speed down to 205 before we go flaps 1. Why are we slowing down? Oh, there we go. It's lifting the nose to get our speed down. A few bumps as we come over. Oh, there's no mountains below us. I thought there was mountains below us. Never mind then, just a few bumps. Looks like a very, very desirable place to live though. Look at that. Just green and blue. Horrific in cyclone season though. Get speed now down to 205 in preparation for flaps 1, which will happen around 20 miles away. Now I don't know what standard operating procedure is for descent with flaps, so I just make it up. Usually in the A320s do it about 20 miles away. It seems to work. I guess it depends on what airport you're flying into if you're doing real world operations. And it's going to be that weird thing where it turns us for some reason. It does this every flight, it will turn us and it will straighten back up. And then it will gradually edge us back on to the flight path. I don't know why it does that. Actually, I can probably tell why if I zoom that all the way out. Oh no, I thought it might be because we're off our flight path, but no, it's just being weird. Has it given us a QNH? Not yet, no. Okay, we'll assume that this one's correct. I'm going to go flaps to 1. And we'll put that speed back into auto. Oh, I probably should arm the speed brake as well. Probably reduce our descent to 1,200 feet per minute at this stage. Yeah, just going to fly through a little bit of cloud, but we'll drop down below that eventually. Runway should be, oh shit. Can we see it? Not yet. Okay, flaps 2, 2. Again, I'm going to reduce that descent rate to 800 feet per minute because we're just coming down a little too quickly. And we want to be 2500 at Big Ib, and then at Sierra 443, that's where we will meet the glide slope at 1700 feet. Probably get some rain fairly soon. Looks like there's rain ahead of us. Definitely is rain ahead of us. We should have landing clearance by now too. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's no traffic control. It's just me saying it apparently. Have we got a QNH though? No, we have not. We'll just assume that the QNH is correct at 2974. That's what METAR is showing. There's the rain. Knew it. Because I saw it. Okay, we should have, can we see the runway yet? It's right there, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to take a descent down to 1700 to meet glide slope. We have got another 7 or so miles to go until we need to be there, so we'll do that at 500 feet per minute. Thank you. In fact, we'll go to flaps 3. Can we see those flaps coming on? Oh. Okay, they retracted. Not retracted, they came out really, really quick. Oh, we probably want to drop down to at 800 feet per minute. We're not going to meet the glide slope if we do that. At this stage too, we can put gear down. Gear is down. We are going to go to auto brake to, I won't do max, we'll do auto brake medium. And I'm also going to hit approach now because yeah, we are a little bit above the glide. Once we drop down and leveled off just a little bit, well not leveled off, but the nose has come up, I will go flaps full, sorry, not 1. Wow, we were quite above where we needed to be. Go around, altitude will be 5,000 today. Let's go flaps full.
1,000.
Probably a little late, but it's okay. Also going to reduce our speed down to 150 as we come in. And we're going to go manual control. Because we have now are a little low. Oh, this is going to be dicey. Come on, get down. Got that tailwind just pushing us. We are way too high.
200.
Oh, the pappies are lying to me.
60, 50,
yep.
40, 30, 20, retard.
That was rough as fuck with a bounce. And we're going to make it to the end before manual braking and reverse is stowed. That was very rough. Wow. This is why you do not land with a tailwind. Definitely destroyed some landing gear on that one. But we made it in one piece. I think it was pretty much centre line as well, so that's impressive. But we need to make a turn on this very, very tiny backtrack turn. So I'm going to do this from the outside of the aircraft the entire way, because otherwise we will not make it. So nose about there, and I'm going to do a tight. Hopefully engine number one pushes us around. Okay, now let's get to the terminal and get 75% of these passengers to the hospital, because no doubt they have horrendous spinal injuries after that landing. That kind of happened really, really quick too. We better get an AP on, because I know full well there is absolutely no ground power at this terminal at all. Seatbelts can remain on. I'll just get some systems turned off as well. And we probably don't need to be taxiing that fast either. Let's see if... Oh, ATC, actually there is no ATC. Now, I did say, oh, was that a bounce? There wasn't a bounce. It was just the nose staying up. How fast are we taxiing? 24 knots, that's probably a bit too quick. Let's slow that down a bit. I did see my frame rate just, the arse end of it just dropped out. Hopefully we don't crash the desktop. We shouldn't do, it's not a bespoke airport. I just don't have faith in this platform at the moment. Oh. Thought it was going to crash just then. We'll make our turn here. And it's pretty much park wherever I want. I haven't found where there is ground power at this terminal yet, if there even is. I don't think there is. But this is not the main airport for Vanuatu. Now that I know where I'm going. So, oh, there's someone on. Yeah. That ground worker doesn't appear on external cam. So I'm going to try and do a turn here. And then come about to the left. Like this. Oh, not that soon. Oh, we have got... Oh, I didn't know there was a marshal. I can barely see him. I'm gonna run you over, dude. There we go. Wow, okay. Did I even get the APU on? Oh yeah, I did. Still no ground power though, so we'll just keep the APU running. But we better shut down the engines before we suck a ground worker into them. Which means we can get the nav beacon. Oops, I was blinding him with my takeoff light too. Shit. Sorry, dude. Engine bleed 1 and 2, generator 1 and 2, and the fuel pumps will come. I should better leave that one on for the APU. And our seatbelt signs can come off. Well, here we are. We are in Vanuatu, even though I thought we had departed from Vanuatu. Not much to the airport because, like I said, it's a secondary, and but it is just absolutely stunning here. Look at that, tropical paradise. Actually, very flat for, I suppose, we're at an airport. That makes sense. But thank you very much for watching along. If you did watch live or if you are watching the replay, I do stream twice a week usually, but of course we have got a couple skipped coming up for the holiday. And always appreciate the support. So next stream is we are flying, yeah, this is the one from Bilbao in Spain, north of Spain, to Gibraltar in the A320neo by British Airways. This one has the Bredok 3D sound pack, so it sounds really, really nice. It is a VFR all the way in on descent, so it could be either a very smooth landing or as bad as today's one. Who would know? But check out the schedule. These will be going live, they'll be scheduled live on the channel within the next hour, and hope to see you again. Don't forget, if you do want to spawn in and fly alongside, I'll be on the East USA MSFS servers. I do welcome anyone who wants to jump in and fly alongside. I'm always flying live weather, live time as well, and yeah, enjoy the remainder of your weekend.